Hello there, how are you? I hope that all of you are well and everything is absolutely amazing on your end. Welcome back. This is your Light in Darkness, and I am back again with another update and another beautiful reading for all of you once again. Today's read and today's update is quite heavy, quite intense, and I'd say satisfying as well, because here I'm seeing wicked people receiving what they deserve to receive, and you getting compensated for each tear you've shed on your journey, for each moment of agony you've suffered on your journey, for each moment of pain you have experienced on your journey because of these wicked people, because of these evil people, these shameless people, these cruel people, these arrogant people who loved and enjoyed causing you suffering, who loved and enjoyed filling your life with negativity and toxicity, who loved and enjoyed causing you so much hurt and pain that I can't even describe in words. So right now I'm seeing that their worlds, their lives, and everything they've built and acquired all throughout these years, this time is upside down, is getting demolished, destroyed, and shattered onto the ground. The reason why I said I find this reading and this update quite satisfying is because I see you in this energy and the state of a person who had been abused terribly and felt helpless and hopeless on their journey for quite some time now. I see you in this energy and in this state where there's so much of anger within you. There's so much of rage within you, but you are controlling it. You are, channeling it and turning it into something productive and constructive. You are using that rage and that agony you have, that frustration and the feeling of that helplessness you felt back then into creating something beautiful and something positive. I saw number 333 right when he said that. That is why I find this read quite satisfactory, because what you couldn't do, divine forces are doing it here. These people actually thought and assumed that you wouldn't be able to do anything, and they've made you helpless and hopeless enough to give up on yourself and on everything you wanted in your life. These people, in some situations and cases, enjoyed causing you that suffering, celebrated destroying your world, your connection, or the prospects and the possibilities of your union. However, I'm seeing that it was a test. You passed and they failed. Okay, they are getting judged and punished for the way they reacted and responded in the situation, and you are here getting rewarded and commended for the way you reacted and responded in the situation. I'm glad that you did not retaliate and you did not do anything to take revenge onto these people. You didn't even give them any answer, because I'm seeing that divine forces are giving them answers left, right, and center, and even from bottom. You just cannot imagine what's happening with these people right now. The same people who had been acting all high and mighty, the same people who were believing and assuming, actually believed and assumed that they were superior than you, or they deserve to receive more respect and honor than you do, and at the same time you do not deserve to even have anything left by your side. You don't even deserve to be shown any kind of care or concern. They are crying, shivering, and trembling under their boots right now, with fear, with anguish, and with terror in their eyes and in their hearts. That's the situation I see them in. This flip up, this turn of events, this 360-degree change is something that had me astonished here, that's making me surprised, and at the same time is healing. It's providing some sort of relief, because the way I'm seeing these people crying and begging for some sort of change to come their way, for some sort of relief to come their way, for some sort of breakthrough to come their way, is a sight to watch. Literally telling you, it's a sight to watch, because these people had no idea that one day they'll be landing in the same spot, actually in a more terrible and worst kind of situation than they placed you in, or something they caused for you. That's the situation I see them in right now. That is the situation they've called in. Each and every individual who is responsible for your separation, who is responsible for your suffering you have experienced and endured on your journey, who is responsible for the destruction of your life or your plans or your opportunities or anything that was precious to you, is experiencing something that's 10 times worse than what you have experienced and had experienced on your journey because of these people. These include each and every individual who cursed at you, who bullied you, who harassed you, who mocked at you, who gossiped about you, who assassinated your character or your work ethics or anything where you were doing good, went out in a way to turn people against you, who brainwashed your counterpart into believing that you were not the one for them, who turned your counterpart against you, who lured your counterpart into a wrong direction, or who manipulated and influenced your counterpart into choosing a wrong direction. Anyone and everyone who did you wrong here, anyone and everyone who caused negativity and hostility in your situation or within your connection, is the one going through this. You cannot see it happening, and there is a reason why you cannot, but this is what I'm seeing. And though I do not see the card of justice here, I'm telling you, this is the creation and outcome divine forces have created for you or have brought for you. This is a divine conspiracy against these people. Here, divine forces are avenging you with the card of the Hierophant and the Temperance. I can clearly see here that anything and everything these people have built, have acquired, and have attracted is getting hit by unlimited, ultimate tower moments and destruction. Everything is shattering onto the ground. Everything they've built, everything that makes them happy, that made them happy, everything that was source of their happiness or the source from which they were feeding their pride, ego, and arrogance is getting snatched away from them, getting demolished, destroyed, and shattered onto the ground. That is what I'm seeing. And you need to look at their faces right now. They are so scared, so nervous, so much in anguish, so tormented and mortified, I cannot explain in words. And in the midst of this chaos, in the midst of this hellhole they have created for themselves, I see that they are thinking a lot about you. They are getting forced to think about you and everything, each and everything they have done against you and in your dishonor. They are getting forced to think how they kept your blessings and your happiness under their grip, how they manipulated the situation, how they deceived you, your counterpart, and everyone else in the situation, how they brainwashed your person, how they gossiped about you, how they threw dirt on your name, how they tried to win over you in the situation, how evil they are over everything's flashing in front of their eyes. Everything's becoming crystal clear, because here I'm seeing that divine forces are purposely showing them things related with you. Maybe your name, your date of birth, or anything and everything that's related with you. I saw number 1212 right when I said that. They are getting reminded of you here and there, in some situations and cases constantly, when they think about what's happening or what they should be doing and how they should fix the situation. This is likely the case with those of you who have lost your connection for good, or there's no hope left for you, or that's how you think about your connection. If they destroyed each and every possibility of your union, if they caused a permanent ending here, which I see is not really the case, it is something you might think or they might think. That is why they are experiencing these disastrous outcomes. Do not think I am exaggerating anything here. The cards are saying it all loud. This person, these people here, whoever they were or are, whether it be people from your friend circles, your families, your acquaintances, your relatives, anyone in general who did this to you, who celebrated your suffering or your sorrows, or who caused your separation to win in the situation or to feed their pride, ego, and arrogance, is in this state. Their personal lives, their marriages, their romantic connections, their family lives, their work, their careers, their businesses, their occupations, their professions, everything is getting hit with negativity, with toxicity, or by their enemies. Everything is coming down, not just one thing here. I see everything coming down with the card of the Hierophant and the Eight of Pentacles and the Temperance, and there was one more card. Yeah, Page of Wands, Page of Swords. Everything's coming down because of other wicked people in their life. With the card Five of Swords, which starts this reading, and the card Nine of Wands, I'm telling you, these same people are shivering and trembling and are panicking, seeing God's wrath here. As I said, here divine forces are avenging you. And this is not even justice. The worst hasn't even begun just yet. The worst hasn't even started just yet for these people, and they've started to struggle. They've started to tremble. They've started to fear and shiver already. They're doing so. These same people who were trying to crush you under their feet and were feeling very happy about it. They might have even made themselves believe as if they won in the situation, but right now I see that this same person is fearing the worst because this person can see and sense it coming already. The tsunami of their bad luck, the tsunami of their own karmic consequences is flooding their lives with negativity, with hatred, with toxicity, and the same poison they poured in your cup or in your counterpart's cup or within your connection. Something that ruined everything, something that made you helpless and hopeless, something that got you kicked out of your person's life, something that got you separated or divorced. It's that same poison that's poisoning everything in their lives, whether it be their relationships, their career, their work, their health, anything and everything. It's going down. I'm telling you that I saw number 1616 when I said that. I'm not finding any joy in saying any of this. I'm not finding any happiness or any bliss in seeing this happen with them, but there is this feeling of satisfaction because I see that I can clearly see in what state you were in or are in right now. You wanted justice. You want justice. You've cried and yearned for justice. You've cried and yearned for peace and for relief. So this is how I see the tables are getting turned. And it's not like this is the only thing that's happening or is going to happen. I'm seeing that people are now talking about them and are laughing at them when all of this is happening with them. And at the same time, I'm seeing that the tide is turning in your favor. Here, the tide is turning in your favor, which is the ultimate thing. That is why I find this read very satisfactory, because even after what they've done with you, I see your life turning out to be good and great. No matter what is happening, no matter how you think about yourself, your life, and your future, I see you settling down here. I see you being happy. Something that you think is never going to happen, or something you've become hopeless about. I see that happening here. That is why I am feeling good about this read. This should happen. This is necessary to happen. That will go around and slap these people, or something that'll feel like a slap on their faces. It's not like they aren't getting slapped right now. They are getting slapped from left, right, and center. I saw number 1818 when I said that. But seeing you happy after what they've done, seeing you with your own counterpart, if that is what is meant for you, because I see something as such as well happening here with the card of Two of Cups and Four of Wands that talks about reunions and marriages and divine counterparts settling down. If that happens, in your case, if it's meant to be, that will be the ultimate slap on their faces. That will be the ultimate defeat for these people, and I see it happening. For those of you, it might not be the case. For those of you where it's not meant to be for whatever reason, you might not want it to be that way now. You might not want your person back in some situations and cases. That's on to you. I still see you ending up being happy with or without your counterpart. You might just find your happiness in something else. Maybe a career prospect or some business venture of yours you're going to create. Something. I see you settling down as a happy, as a healed, as evolved person, unlike these people, because I see dead end for these people. If they caused a permanent ending in your situation, or if they made you helpless and hopeless enough to think about giving up on yourself or on your life, there's nothing that can save these people now. Absolutely nothing and no one. And this is all divine creation, I repeat. You have nothing to do in the situation. You did not wish ill for these people. They wished that for you, and they created that for you by their actions, by their deeds, and their words as well. That is why I'm seeing their whole life is upside down and is coming crashing down onto the ground. Nothing is going to work out for these people. Nothing is going to make sense for these people now. Nothing is going to stand straight in their lives. They won't be able to stand straight on their own 2 feet in some situations and cases. That is what I'm seeing. I mean, I do not have words to explain how things are going to change for these people and how terrible it's going to be. From sicknesses to illnesses to huge losses to divorces to endings to breakups to mental health illnesses, something that's incurable, or other diseases. I see it all headed their way. And this is, I know it is disturbing, but people like these do not learn the other way. When divine forces tried to teach them in a polite manner, they abused you, they bullied you, they harassed you, they mocked at you. That's why I see that there's rage in a lot of you, something that you haven't released just yet. That rage is real. That is why it's all happening. They brought you in this helpless and hopeless state. That's the state a person who got bullied at some point of time feels in. You are in this state. That is why it's all happening. That feeling of, not being able to do anything, not being able to turn the situation around is exactly something they are experiencing right now. They are working, I'm telling you, they are working very hard, or are going to work very, very hard to turn their life around, turn their situations around, or fix what's going down, what's getting damaged here, what's breaking up, breaking apart, be it anything like marriage, their connections, their personal lives, their businesses. Nothing's gonna work out. I'm telling you that. Anywhere and everywhere they'll go, they'll get ostracized, outcasted, rejected, humiliated, harassed, and bullied in the same exact manner they did with you. Everyone is going to laugh on them. Everyone is going to alienate them. Everyone is going to turn their back onto these people in the same way they made your counterpart do that with you. I don't see even a slightest of difference here in the experiences they are going to receive. Not even a slightest of difference. Every ounce of pain they've given you is being given to them more intensely and more harshly. And unfortunately, I just see it escalating to just some other level. I don't see any hope for these people. I'm sorry to tell you, but I don't. I see a dead end. Something is gonna happen which is going to bring a dead end for these people, some or the other thing, because that's what they brought in your life. That's how they made you feel. That's how evil and wicked and cruel these people are, that they enjoy seeing other people suffer, bringing and causing suffering into other people's lives. They enjoy it when they got to know that you've been separated and it's a permanent ending and there's no hope for you, or now that's how you feel about your situation. They enjoyed it. They celebrated it. They might have said to themselves, oh wow, I made it, I did it. He or she got to know his or her place. And he or she is now where he or she belongs. Now this person is getting thrown in the dumps where this person deserves to be and belongs. But any of this is not making sense to this person. This person is baffled, anxious, confused, bewildered as to what just happened or what's happening all of a sudden. From where this bad luck's coming, from where these disasters are coming, from where this curse-like feeling is coming. And that's where they are getting reminded of you and everything, each and every action and word they took and said in your dishonor. That is what I see is happening here. And this is brutal. This is just on some other level. I'm trying to keep it as normal for you to understand what's happening, but the view looks extremely disturbing and traumatizing. They are traumatized or will be. A lot of them are going to get separated from their loved ones or are going to see someone passing away, someone they love, someone they cannot live without, someone that's very close to them. They are going to lose whatever they've built. If it's a business, career, profession, occupation, something they cannot live without, they'll see it going down in front of their eyes and they'll be able to do nothing about it. That is what I see is happening right now. This ain't talking about some future outcome or future scenario. This is the current situation. In a lot of their cases, they are doomed, completely doomed, and they brought it all upon themselves. They are not able to handle how people are betraying them, talking about them, laughing at them, bullying them and cursing them all at the same time after causing this destruction in their life. They enjoyed it when it was happening with you, but right now when it's happening with them, it's not making sense. They cannot make sense of anything. That's how God is avenging you. That's how God's trying to heal you by showing that nothing ever can escape from the view of this higher intelligence, that power, that force which runs all of our lives and governs all of our lives. This is what is happening. And don't think that their marriages, their personal lives, their businesses, their occupations, or anything they are flying high about is going to work. Not going to work. I see such terrible situations for them that I can't even describe in words. They'll get backstabbed and deceived in such a brutal manner. They might end up being sick for life or for a good amount of time. They might end up going bankrupt. They might end up coming down on streets. They might end up losing everything, even their houses, their properties, their spouse, their girlfriends, their boyfriends, their friends, their family, everything. Anything can happen. Let me put it that way for you. Anything they fear, anything that's their worst nightmare, anything that can shake them under their boots, that can shake the ground they're standing on or destroy it completely, can happen with them in some situations and cases is happening. And this is not something I suggest anyone to feel happy about. You can pray. You can shoot a prayer and just go neutral about it. Just know what's happening. Keep yourself updated to know that a wicked person, after losing all the chances of repenting and regretting, ends up in this state, will end up in this state. Divine forces do not play favoritism here with anyone. And here, hurting a chosen one, hurting an innocent person is the ultimate sin. And there is no forgiveness for that. It's because they were not learning. It's because they were constantly abusing you and were targeting you. It's because they were enjoying causing you suffering and hurt. It's because they brought you in this helpless and hopeless state. They are in the state, or are going to be in the state lifelong, forever. In some situations and cases, it's unfortunate. I'm not happy about saying that at all, but this is the truth. And this should be a learning lesson, a thought to remember for all of us. For all of us. Always keep this in mind, that once that last chance goes unnoticed, you are doomed. So don't act haughty, don't act conceited, don't upset people, innocent ones, don't hurt people for no reason just to feed your pride and arrogance. Don't interfere into people's business mindlessly and thoughtlessly. Don't ever think of blocking a union or a divine connection. So I won't stretch this read any further because we are already 30 minutes in. I'll end it here and I'll take leave now. I'll be back sooner than later. Till then, take care of yourself and your loved ones. Bye-bye.